I'm in Spiced Rum. Spiced Girl, not Rum. Oh my god. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we're going to be doing something a little bit more fall-esque. It definitely has those earthy orangey tones to it. I just kind of picked up a palette today and I just wanted to have some fun. So if you want to know how to create this look, just keep on watching. The first product I'm going to use is farsali Unicorn Essence. I'm just going to use a damp sponge here and I'm just going to blend this all over my face.
I'm also going to take a clip and just kind of move my hair.
Going in with is LA Girl's Pro Concealer in the color Peach. It's the Peach Color Corrector. And I'm just going to put this right under the eyes. I'm going to put a little bit around my nose as well. And a bit just on the corners of my mouth where it's a little dark. I'm going to use my sponge once more and just blend everything together. So for foundation, I'm going to be using MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation.
Shake the bottle a bit.
I don't like to use too much because this is a very full coverage foundation. So this foundation was actually pretty dark for me, but I've been in the sun. I've been at the beach for a couple weekends and I've been sitting outside on my free time. My family's been having a lot of barbecues and stuff, so we have been outside a lot. So because of that, I'm hoping this foundation shade will actually match me this time. Yep, pretty much. I'm kind of surprised actually how well this has blended into my skin. It is a little bit more cool toned than I probably would have liked, to be honest. But I think I'm just going to bronze my face, so hopefully it'll help warm up the face a bit more. I'm going to use Huda Beauty's Tantour in the shade Medium. Use like an angled brush like this. This one is from BH Cosmetics. And then I'm just going to go a little bit on the side. I do like to cut it a little bit above where it naturally goes just because I do want to lift my face a little bit. And I also have a little bit of a smaller forehead, so I'm not gonna contour above, but I do like to add a little bit of color because this is also a bronzer. I'm just gonna add just the tiniest bit just for color, not to actually contour. So very lightly. I'm just going to take my handy dandy sponge once more and just going to blend everything together. The best thing about this bronzer contour 2-in-1 is that it just blends so easily. So now that all the contour and bronzer 2-in-1 stuff is all kind of blended together, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to concealer. As usual, I'm gonna use Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium. And the reason actually I like to do contour or bronzer before is because you can kind of see how the darkness has kind of like overtaken the outskirts of my face. So because I do still like a little bit of sharpness. Also, there was a bird that just flew out my window. That was nice. But I like to use a little bit of the concealer and I like to just kind of cut my contour or bronzer. So I just add a couple dots, nothing too much. And then I'm going to go ahead with some concealer under my eyes. I'm going to actually use the method that I've kind of seen more popular lately, which is kind of putting it like right here and here. So I really want my face to be lifted, so I think that would be the perfect technique. I did put a little bit of extra concealer right in the center just because I like to kind of bring it up to the sides of my nose as well, so I kind of double it up as reverse contour. Again, taking my sponge, I'm just going to blend everything out. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead with some translucent powder. Of course, what I'm using today is the Mercier translucent setting powder. It looks just like that. I'm just gonna use it on my damp sponge and press it just under the eyes so it prevents creasing. I'm gonna take whatever that's left over on the sponge and also the excess here and just kind of bring it across the entire face. Just gonna set all the cream and liquid products that we just put down. Because I already used the tantour, I'm not going to use any powder bronzer because the tantour pretty much has bronzer and contour wrapped into one. So I'm going to go directly into blush. So the one I'm going to use is Milani's Baked Blush. This one is in the color Berry Amore. I'm just going to use this at the very back and just kind of bring it downwards. This is going to help lift my face a little bit more and also kind of make it a little bit more slim. Next step I'm going to do is going to use the Anastasia amrezy highlighter, of course. I'm just going to use a fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to put in the high points of my face. I don't like to go in with too much highlight. I basically want to look dewy. I don't like to really look matte. So I'm focusing it really on like the high points of my face and then I'm just kind of blending it out. So if you ever put too much highlight on, just use a sponge and just blend everything out. Like up here, a little bit too much. I pretty much like to use a sponge just because I feel like it just kind of helps diffuse the color, makes it more glowy. I think the only area where I really do like a very like sharp highlight is pretty much like the tip of my nose. Moving on to the eyes. First thing I'm doing is pretty much priming my lids with MAC Paint Pot, and this is in the color Soft Ochre. It has a little bit more of a yellow undertone, so I'm just using my finger and blending it. Right before I step into the actual eyeshadow portion, I'm just going to spray my face. I'm going to be using the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Spray. This is in the scent Rose. It's just gonna help kind of take all the powders that we just put onto the skin and kind of help it kind of melt in better. I basically drench my skin. Clearly, you guys can tell that I'm like literally like dripping. But I feel like these sprays are pretty much made for that reason. It's made to soak all the powderiness away and it really, really does look good afterwards. So next, I'm just gonna go ahead and move to the eyes. I'm using the background as a little bit of inspiration. So I'm gonna go in with Morphe's 9C Jewel Crew palette. Okay, so I'm gonna use the color Rock Out, and I'm gonna use this just on the crease. Using patting motions to kind of put it in. A lot of times when you pat the eyeshadow instead of swiping it, it's going to give you a lot more color payoff because you're not moving the product around. You're just kind of setting it in place. I'm going to go in with the color Stone Fox, which is a little bit more of an orangish color. And I'm just going to put it just at the I'm going to go ahead and use Hidden Gem. And I'm going to put it actually right here, right at the edge. And this is just to help deepen the eye out a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and dip into Fool's Gold, which is like a really nice shimmery bright gold. I'm going to actually use my fingertip and I'm just going to put it right at the inner corner. Oh, that's such a bright color. Oh my goodness. I'm basically gonna try to do a soft cut crease with this. Now that I kind of have the gold where I want it, I'm gonna use Rich Girl in the same Morphe palette, and I'm just gonna take a little bit on a flat stiff brush like this, and I'm just gonna pop it actually right between the gold and this dark maroon color. It's not as bright as I want it, so I'm gonna go into the Juvias Place palette, and it's called Zulu. And I'm actually just gonna dip into this purple color. This Juvias Place palette is so pigmented, so I don't need that much, I already know. Just tap off the excess here. Alright, so now that I have the purple where I want it to be, I'm going to go ahead and use the Modern Renaissance Anastasia palette. I use Golden Ochre, which is just like a nice skin color, and I basically just want to blend the rest of this orange out. So I'm just taking a little bit. Just on the edges. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my eyes. I'm gonna use Tarte's Double Take eyeliner, and I'm just gonna use this to line my upper lid. Ooh, the light in the sun. Anyways, so I put the liner and lashes on my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and finish with the eyeshadow under the eyes and put on mascara. I just finished putting the eyeshadow under on my lower lash line, and I did mascara as well. So now that I'm done with the eyes, I'm gonna move on to my lips, but I was just looking, and I think because I have so many colors and, you know, it's pretty dark on my eyes as it is, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and keep my lips pretty neutral. I'm gonna line my lips with NYX matte liner in the color Los Angeles. So I think I'm gonna put on Huda Beauty's Spice Girl liquid lipstick. I've actually put this one on, so we're gonna see what color it looks like. I'm gonna wait for this to fully dry because Huda's lips, sometimes they become darker as they dry. If I want to make it a little bit lighter, I am gonna add a little bit of Let's Cuddle from Dose of Colors, just in the center. I feel like I might have to because this is a little bit more fall than I would like. As lip gloss, I'm gonna use Huda Beauty Lipstrobe, and this is in the color Ritzy. That is the finished look. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what your thoughts are down below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.